AutoPath boundaries creates guidance tracks in the headland area of the field, shown here in blue. The headland area is the area between the pink field boundary and the yellow dashed headland line. You'll notice that those guidance tracks follow the shape of the boundary. On the north side with a straight boundary, you get straight guidance tracks. On the south side of the field, however, with the curved field boundary, the guidance tracks are also curved, providing accurate guidance along the edge of the field, even if it's not straight. You will need to set up your headlands in the Fields and Boundaries app to ensure that AutoPath gives you the proper number of guidance tracks around the edge of the field. In this example, I've chosen a constant offset of 120 feet. Let's see what that means. As we zoom into the corner, you'll see that 120 feet is showing the distance from the pink field boundary to the yellow headland line. So as that number gets bigger or smaller, that will move that headland line closer to or further away from that pink field boundary. In order to get the proper number of tracks around the edge of the field, you'll need to know two numbers. What is the offset that you have for your headland, and what is your track spacing? In this example, I have a headland offset of 80 feet. I also have a AutoPath track spacing of 40 feet. So doing some quick math, with an 80-foot headland and a 40-foot guidance track spacing, I'll get 2 guidance tracks around the edge of the field. This works out nicely, but that's what I need. Now in this example, I've increased the headland size from 80 feet to 120 feet. However, the track spacing still remains at 40 feet. So, with a 120-foot headland and a 40-foot track spacing, I now have 3 even guidance lines around the edge of the field. What happens, however, if your headland size is not an even match to your track spacing? In this case, my track spacing is 40 feet, but I've set my headland offset to 100 feet. 100 divided by 40 is actually 2.5. So AutoPath is going to create 3 guidance lines. 2 of those take the full 40 feet of working width, and the third line is going to give you the remaining 20 feet, that leftover. We recommend that when you're setting your headland size up for AutoPath, that you always use an even number that goes into your track spacing for the best performance. Here's a chart that shows the different headland sizes that you would need to enter to get a specific number of passes based on some different track spacings. If we look at the very bottom of the chart, if I have a 60-foot track spacing and I want to have 3 passes around the edge of the field, I will need to have a headland that is 3 times 60 or 180 feet. So the easiest way to determine your headland size is to take your AutoPath track spacing in feet and multiply that by how many passes you want to take. That number is the size of your headland. If you're running a custom track spacing, in this example, 26 feet 9 inches, you simply need to multiply that by how many passes you would like to have around the edge of the field to get the correct number of guidance tracks. So if I want 3, and my track spacing is 26 feet 9 inches or 26.75, I would multiply that and get 80.25. I would enter that amount into my offset. And don't forget, there is a calculator built into your display. So if you need a little help here, you can use that or the calculator on your phone and get the precise headland width to get the precise number of passes that you're looking for.